Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. It's your mate here with the forecast you've been waiting for. We're looking ahead to the week from the 29th of December 2025 to the 4th of January 2026. Now this is a special one. We're crossing over into a new year, and the conditions are throwing a real winter challenge at us. But are there fish to be caught? Absolutely, if you know where to look and what to use. This week is a story of two halves. We start cold and stable, and we end with a full moon and the potential for snow. Stick with me, and I'll break down exactly how you can get a bend in your rod while everyone else is hiding indoors. First up, let's talk about our prime targets for this frosty week. We need to be realistic, so we're focusing on the fish that don't mind a proper chill. Our number one target has to be the pike. In these cold conditions, the big predators slow right down. Their metabolism is at a crawl, so they won't be chasing aggressively. They are saving energy. That means you need to find their winter lairs. Look for the deepest parts of your lake or the slowest, deepest pools in the river. They'll be holding near any kind of structure, submerged trees, drop-offs, or even old reed beds. Why? Because that's where the smaller fish will be sheltering. And a pike is an opportunist. It wants an easy meal. So your tactics need to be slow and deliberate. Forget a fast-retrieved lure. This is the time for static dead baits. A simple ledger rig with a roach or a smelt dead bait left to sit on the bottom in one of those deep spots is a killer tactic. Alternatively, a float-fished dead bait set just a foot or two off the bottom can be irresistible. Be patient. You might only get one bite all day, but it could be the fish of a lifetime. The best times will be the first and last hours of daylight, when the light is low. Our second key species is the undisputed king of cold water river fishing, the chub. These fish are incredible. When the water temperature is cold enough to shut everything else down, you can still rely on a chub to feed. Much like the pike, they'll be looking for slower, deeper water to avoid the main cold flow. Look for them in calmer glides behind bridge supports or tucked right under overhanging trees on the far bank. The key to chub fishing in the cold is scent. Their metabolism is slow, but their sense of smell is still sharp. You need to draw them in. This is not the time for subtle baits. A smelly piece of cheese paste, a big chunk of bread flake, or a couple of lobworms on a link ledger are my go-to choices. Don't feed the swim heavily. A single, high-attract bait is all you need. Bites can be surprisingly gentle, sometimes just a slight pluck, so hold your rod and stay focused. Fishing into the first couple of hours of darkness can also be incredibly effective for the bigger, more cautious chub. Now let's get into the why. Why are the fish behaving this way? It all starts with the weather. The week kicks off with high pressure trying to take hold. That means things should be relatively settled but cold, with a chilly northerly wind. Air temperatures will be struggling to get much above freezing, likely hovering between -2 and 4 degrees Celsius on most days. This is going to drive water temperatures down into the low single digits, probably around 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. At these temperatures, a fish's entire system slows down. They move less and feed less. The stable pressure at the start of the week is a big positive, as fish prefer stability over rapid changes. However, as we move towards the weekend, that pressure is forecast to drop, and we could see some rain or even snow move in. This change can often put the fish off, so the early part of the week is your best bet. Now let's talk about the moon, a factor many old-timers swear by. We start the week with a waxing gibbous moon, which is building towards a full moon on Saturday, the 3rd of January. This is the wolf moon. Now many anglers, especially predator anglers, love the period around a full moon. The increased light levels overnight are believed to give predators an advantage, and you often see feeding spells right before, during, and after the full moon, especially in low-light conditions. So while the weather might get trickier, that full moon on Saturday is a real wildcard for the pike angler. It could be the trigger for a big fish to feed. Right then, friends, let's break it down day by day. Here is your fishing forecast for the week. On Monday, the 29th of April, I'm calling the bite good. We should have stable high pressure and overcast skies. It will be cold, around 1 degree, but the stability is key. This is a great day to target chub in the rivers with a slow-moving, smelly bait. The fish should be feeding confidently. For Tuesday, the 30th of April, the forecast is average. Conditions remain settled, but it might get a little brighter with some sunny spells. In my experience, bright winter sun can sometimes make the fishing tougher. You'll need to seek out deeper water and present your bait perfectly. Still a decent day to be out, but you'll have to work for your bites. Wednesday, the 31st of December, New Year's Eve, looks good. It's going to be overcast and cold again. Perfect conditions for winter fishing. The pressure remains stable before the changes at the end of the week. This is probably your last best chance before things get shaken up. A great day for a dedicated pike session. Moving into the new year, Thursday, the 1st of January, is looking tricky. The temperature drops hovering around freezing, and there's a chance of some light rain or snow. The pressure will likely start to fall. This change can unsettle the fish. I'd rate the bite as weak. A tough day is in store. Friday, the 2nd of January, will be challenging. It's forecast to be one of the coldest days of the week, with temperatures potentially staying below freezing. The fish will be very lethargic. Bites will be few and far between. This is a day for the most dedicated anglers only. Now for Saturday, the 3rd of January. This is the interesting one. I'm rating this as unpredictable, but with potential. On one hand, the weather is unsettled with a chance of more snow. On the other, we have the full moon. This could be a day of nothing, or it could be the day a monster pike decides to feed. If you're going to brave the conditions, this is the day to do it. Focus on those dawn and dusk periods. Finally, Sunday the 4th of January looks average. The temperature might creep up a degree or two, and the conditions might start to stabilize after the full moon. The fishing will likely still be slow, but there's a definite chance of a bite as the fish acclimatize. A decent day to finish the week, so there you have it. It's a week for warm flasks, layered clothing, and a whole lot of patience. But the rewards are there for the taking. Until next time, tight lines, stay warm, and have a fantastic new year on the bank. If you enjoyed this forecast, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your plans in the comments below. What are you hoping to catch to kick off the new year? Share your stories. I read every single one. See you next week.